really sure that you're ready, Jesse.
Ready as I'll ever be.
You better be ready because we are live. We're all good. Welcome, folks. We got episode 2, The Wild Beyond. Kyle's running this game, and I am a player playing Scalanus. Looking forward to it again a lot, actually. I haven't played as a player in a long time, never Pathfinder. So this is a fun experience. I'm enjoying myself. And we're going to pick up where we left off 2 weeks ago, actually, in The Wild Beyond. I'm sure Kyle will fill us in on the current situation. But yeah, we're going to get going with this. Episode 2, The Wild Beyond. And I'm going to hand the reins over to you, Kyle. Go for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, how's everybody doing this evening?
Doing good.
I hear nothing but stunned silence coming from Hera. She's terrified already.
Ah.
All right. When last we left our intrepid band of adventurers, things did not go to plan whatsoever from the get-go. Traveling along with the caravan northwest from Otari, they decided they were going to help the local guards of the caravan do some scouting ahead, something the group was good at. They had met a few friends along the way, but were eager to stretch their legs a bit. Scalanus, being the ever nimbly deaf elf that we have here, decided he was going to go bebopping off into the forest. Alone. He paid a high price for his decision that day, as he was struck with a sleeping arrow by a rather unfamiliar goblin, and was dragged off. Hera Brillo quickly arrived on the scene. A trap sprung off. Hera caught it. She took one for the team. Took it like a champ that she is. Oh, wait a minute. She's a fighter. My bad. Sorry. No puns intended here. They then began to tear off into the woods in pursuit of their elven companion. Meanwhile, Scalanus had made a few frightening discoveries of his own. He was being drugged by what appeared to be a goblinoid figure. Had a goblin head, the rest was cloaked. This goblin was dragging him effortlessly with one hand. Scalanus' bag, his toolkit, knives, thievery, debauchery things hanging in the other. Scalanus began to work his binds as Hera and Brillo and Crabius began to quickly give pursuit. 200, 300, 400 yards. The goblin took Scalanus, stopping by a clearing. Scalanus seized his moment, leapt up like a madman, darted 35 feet and threw a few daggers. The fight was on, as Brillo and the others had arrived. Hera, the ever-vigilant fighter that we have, decided she was going to wade in on this creature. It waded back. She tried to bear hug it. It turned around and revealed it had modifications. Steel arms. Steel plates that had extended its arms but kept its mobility. Latched around her. An incantation was said. She was dazzled. She tried her best to swing, but she unfortunately caught Scalanus in the face. It was a vicious uppercut. One that almost put the elf down. A vicious fight ensued, culminating in the companions gaining the upper hand and dispatching the beast, but not before a spark at the center where its heart should be began to glow and emanate, and then exploded in purple, visceral energy. The group was safe, however, for the moment. But with little time to breathe, Hera and her adaptive senses heard a branch break, followed by a thunderous footfall. Something else was coming. And it was not coming to help. So the group began to quickly run back toward the road. This figure, following them from a distance, seemed to haunt their every step as they made the road. Brillo clapped off a massive healing aura. They smelt flesh burning. They heard something sizzling and a large maw coming through a particular bush, shape of a bear's head, watching the party. With eyes upon them from what seemed to be multiple angles, the group decided to very quickly that discretion was the better part of valor, and they decided to run. To regroup with the caravan. However, at the caravan site, things were more and more dire as a group of goblins had attacked. Sarana, the group's newfound companion and compatriot, deformed, mangled, her body a wreck from her deformations, took up arms in its defense as the group waded in. A mass pitch fight ensued. Skalanos went to one point run down a goblin sorcerer who was trying to flee the field only to meet a new horror. Barreling in front of Skalanos, a massive bear clamped down on this little goblin. There was no contest, really. The end was quick, and it was brutal. The bear then proceeded to stare down, towering a good 2 feet over top of this tall elf, staring down, intimidatingly, imposingly, threateningly. But it made no move to attack. As Brillo backed off over to the wagon, Skalanos moved away. Hera approached. Not very wise, but wise enough. The bear was after a bag of sugar on the wagon when an unfortunate turn of events began to play. One of the civilian families kicked the bear in his nose, sending the bear into a rampage. But not as all what as it seems, as this bear spoke a few times and is now on a rampage, destroying everything in his path. Brillo Kravis has decided to gather up the civilians. It looks like they're going to have to flee into the woods to escape this fight. Hera seems to be content with ducking out. Skalanos, however, was caught in the crossfire and is now standing alone against this impeccable foe. And that is where we're going to pick up at that very moment. So, a few things to go over with here. First of all, I want everybody to start with 2 hero points. Yes, that's right. You heard me. 2. You're going to need them.
Who gets the hero points? It cut
Everybody.
out. Oh, awesome.
Everybody gets 2 hero points. Everybody starts off with 2 hero points. And then we're going to see if you guys are lucky. Because at this point, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Right after introductions.
No, we're going to do some introductions later after we get the survivors. Yes, Fritz, I'm teasing. I want everybody to go ahead and give their introductions. Tell who you're playing with tonight. We're going to start off with... Who are we starting off with here? We're going to start off with Hera. She's at the top of the order. Hera, who are you playing and what are you doing?
Today I am playing Harakcha Uftak. She is... Yes. So she's a fighter. Tried making some kind of generic fighter, but with like awesome reach capabilities. Let's see if I remember attack of opportunity this time. Although I don't think any moments really presented themselves last session. Yeah, but it'll be exciting to see what happens if we make it out alive. Because this is a pretty dangerous looking bear that talks.
Indeed, and that's not all it has up its sleeve. Fritz, who are you playing tonight, and what are you doing?
Well, I'm playing a whisper elf who is a rogue and a mysterious fellow. Keeps to himself, even with his companions, doesn't reveal very much. And he's immensely curious about this bear. We'll see what happens with him. But yeah, that's my introduction. And one question, Kyle. Did this bear actually... It spoke, didn't it? Didn't we hear it speaking?
It did speak twice.
Ah, okay. All right. I'm all set. Looking forward to it.
Maybe one of those situations where curiosity killed the cat. We'll find out.
Definitely.
Crabius, what are you doing tonight? Who are you playing, and who are you, and what are you doing right now as crap is getting deep?
Hi guys, I'm Jesse, and I will be playing Cravius tonight. He is a scholar of Absalom, and you will get to meet him tonight for the first time. He's going to be an interesting character, to say the least, and he is a magus, so we shall see. All right, let's
Indeed.
go.
Thrown in the mage hand. But we are now picking up with a desperate situation. Pineapples has been called. Barillo and Crabius have been rounding up civilians. Herod appears to be on her way out. Scalanus' curiosity may have gotten the better of him, as this bear is now intent. It's got blood on its fangs, and it's looking for more. I would like everyone to roll initiative. Thank you.
Perception. Ooh, that's pretty good. Do I want to use my hero point? I got a natural 20 on that. Oh no! No, it used deception! No! Oh, I gotta re-roll it. Okay.
You can keep the natural 20.
I don't want it. I'm mad now.
Tainted now.
It's this, for
Man,
some
you
reason,
can-
it rolled deception. Clear that for me, if you can. I'm gonna roll it properly with a perception roll. I mean, if I was being deceptive, I don't think I was. I was curious, but yeah,
Let's try re-rolling it.
I will. I think I have to go to my character sheet and change this. Yeah. Perception, where is it? Top. I guess you can also do this from the token HUD, I believe.
Yes, sir.
You have to bear with me. It's the first time I've been a player with this thing. I'm just learning. I'm a noob. Okay. Let's roll this and see what I get now. Hmm. 21.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
mean,
could use the hero point. I could do it. And run off. I'm going to do it.
gonna re-roll using hero point. Okay.
Yeah.
And Scalanus is already dipping into his well of hero points.
I'm going to take a chance. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And I'll roll it again. Oh, I have 2 hero points, right? Ah, okay. Okay.
You'll still have one left.
All right, here's the second roll. So a 21 and 9.
That never
Ouch.
worked.
I rolled a 1. All right, so I got the 21. And how you do this is if you right-click on the combat tracker, the particular character, in this case Skelanus, you'll see an option to update the character. You can change the
gotcha.
initiative that way. So it'll be
Yep,
21.
I got you. That's a pretty damn good roll there, Fritz. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. You would go first in a normal everyday situation.
Yes, whatever.
Except Bear beat you by 4.
Oh, okay.
So the bear goes first. And I need you to make a will saving throw as its eyes flash purple and it looks to you and whispers, "You will serve or you will die." So go ahead and make me a will saving throw. Ooh, baby! You gently shake it off.
Excellent.
It's unnerving just how quickly you were almost willing to compel there. Like, it's unnerving, Fritz. Just how close you almost came to throwing down your weapons and kneeling. You sense this. And it's going to slunge out with a claw at you. What's your armor class, Mr. Fritz, man?
I think it's 19.
How do I reveal these rolls, Fritz?
What do you mean?
You
How do
can-
I reveal a hidden roll?
You can
Um,
right-click in the chat.
Yeah, it doesn't always work for me, but normally that's what you do.
Well,
Click on
It
one of
got
the
a f-
bars.
Well, Fritz, well,
Ouch. Yep, that hits.
unfortunately, that is a critical hit
Okay.
with a big 32. Not going the way I planned here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
14.
We're going to take 14 points of slashing damage. Oh my.
I got 1 hit point. Oh! As it rakes
And it's
across
gonna
my body.
And it's going to snarl at you. And that's its turn. You have survived
Excellent.
by the skin of your teeth. Next, we're going to go to you, Fritz. It's your turn, Skelanus. What are you doing? You
Well-
have just had this claw rake across what was left of your armor. Its claws have bit deeply. You can feel blood pouring from a very, very, very large gash. Time is running out. Your friends are intent to withdraw. What are you doing?
Well, after that, I'm going to fall back. I guess we're running. I see my friends running off. Vile creature, I will see you again. I'm going to haul out of here. Hopefully he doesn't have any attack of opportunity.
Make a move and let's see.
And this would be 35 feet.
As you move, you see a claw come ripping at you from the other direction.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
Oh, no.
Ooh, Fritz!
19.
You might be taking a dirt nap on this one.
Oh, no. All right.
I scored a 17 to hit.
Oh, you missed.
You are safe.
All right, there's his reaction.
Barely. You have survived. You got 2 more actions left. What would you like to do? From this point, you can see Cravius and Brillo have gathered up the civilians. They're about to run off into the woods. What would you like to do now?
I'm not going to waste my dagger. We're all getting out of here. Yeah, I'm just going to move. To here. Oops, there's a wall there. Let me move as far as I can. And I want to cross in. Oop, where'd I go? Yeah, right across there. I believe I can still see him from here. My token can.
Yeah, you're up on that little knoll that you used to set the ambush.
Okay, from here I'm gonna. That's my second action. I'm gonna pick up my bow.
Okay.
That's laying here, and that's 3 actions. I'm keeping my eye on Hera or Herrick. Hera.
Pikachu.
Run, run, orc, run. That's it.
Right, Cravius. You see a very mangled Scalanus up ahead of you. You've got 3 deep claw marks. Blood is pouring. I don't mean trickling, I mean pouring out of him. The fight has turned desperate. Brillo is frantically trying to round up the civilians to get them into the forest away from the bear. What are you doing?
Okay.
I believe pineapples has been called.
Scalatus, do you need aid, or are we getting out of here?
Well, I'll wait for my turn to reply.
I will gather up the people and start making our way to safety. However far that is.
Okay, well, which way would you like to move?
South.
Right or to the left?
We're going to the woods?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so you gather them up and you start heading off. Rachel, just put him as far over as you can without him going off the map. And the civilians, let's see here.
And there we reach the wall.
Yep, good enough. And the civilians begin to timidly follow suit along with you. You're just moving. You're just gathering up the civilians and moving for your turn, right?
Correct.
Okay. And Barillo is following along behind you as well, Crabius.
Gotcha.
Sort of shepherding them away. Right, on to Hera. It's quite desperate now, Hera. You see Scalanus being completely maimed, has made an escape. Blood pouring down him. You stand alone against
I was gonna say more accurately, it's lonely over here.
You can't hear
Desperate and
anything.
lonely. Well,
You have been deafened.
she witnessed the almost murder of Scalanus, so she's going to also book it. And as she's running away, she just screams out, "Fine, take the sugar!"
With that response, before you round the corner, you look back, and you as well can see this as well, Scalanus, from your vantage point. The form of the bear begins to shift. And it keeps its grizzly-sized head. But its body seems to resemble more of a man. You see very well-built The rest of him is very well built, toned almost. His muscles sort of almost like they were chiseled as he glares at you two and lets out a roar.
Is he wearing clothes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all fur. It's all fur.
It's all fur? Okay, okay.
It's all fur, but you can see the manly form that's underneath. It's no longer the shape of a bear except for the head. Lets out a large guttural roar toward your direction. Fritz, Scalanus' blood dripping off its fangs and claws. You have 2 more actions.
Yeah, she sees the roar. She don't hear it. She's gonna still run.
Well, you could also see the transformation as well.
Yeah, she's, was not friendly as a bear, is probably not friendly as a human. Hera's still running. Come on, Scalanus, we gotta catch up.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that was her 3 actions, just to catch up with the civilians.
All right. It's back to the bear's turn. What the hell just happened?
Oh my gosh, did time change? Is it nighttime now?
I don't know.
Because when you do the rounds, it
Uh-huh.
changes the time as well, and everything was in dark vision, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? All right, the bear's turn. Scalanus, it can see you from there. It takes a large box out of the wagon. That side's all dented out and broke out, and it pulls off a large board, and it hurls this thing like a spear in your direction. Uh,
He does have cover, if it matters.
don't think a 29's gonna matter.
Nope.
Well, if I have cover, which is usually a +2 or a +1 for light cover, the smallest, it's up to you.
Yeah. So I'll give you a +2 for that. So it's not a critical,
Right. So 21 is my armor class.
but it is a normal hit
I,
with
only
an
got,
improvised weapon.
I got
So
1
that's
hit
gonna
point.
be a-
Come on.
So that's going to be a D4 +3 is what you're going to take. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
And what was it? A board?
He threw a board like a spear at you.
Oh! I collapse to the ground. My bow, my rapier, my dagger, everything just falls to the ground. I collapse.
Your dagger and axe and knives are permanently strapped to you, so the only thing you lost was your bow.
I had my rapier out and my dagger, and then when I ran over to the woods, I picked up my bow. So technically,
Yeah, so it's all 3.
yeah, so I'd only be able to use 1 weapon because I'm holding 2 weapons in one hand, so that dagger and bow were useless. But they were there, so when I fell, they dropped too. So everything's on the ground.
It's going to spend 1 movement to get up to you. And Hera, as you look around, you see this bear, now in this semi-masculine form, picking up Fritz and slinging him over his shoulder
Here I go
and
again.
glaring intently back at you.
How well did I know Scalanus? Like,
Decently well.
but like not. No, okay. Just wondering, would I abandon Scalanus?
You might. It depends on your morals, but I keep to myself and stuff. I don't share much, and I probably didn't reveal too much to you, although we had some friendly banter. I can imagine that.
Yeah, the banter was probably about it then.
Yeah, but not a heck of a lot. I don't know.
But
up to
this
you.
bear looks to you intently, Hera. its eyes locked to yours, and you can see almost like a barbarian rage going on. As if to say, run, little sheep, run. Since you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And then it begins to move away. With Scalanus in tow. You have lost your compatriot. Alright, at this point, would anybody else like to do anything outside of running for your lives?
Scalanus must have distracted the creature for us. It's disappeared. It carried his body off. We'll remember Scalanus. Yes, we'll build a monument in his name.
Wait, who's Scalanus?
Yes, Serana
Yeah,
is
who's that
screaming. Serana is screaming as sort of Crabius is pulling her along. Don't worry, Fritz. It's not over.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll kick everybody over to another map. As you continue to run, you hear, well, except for you, Hera and Brillo, Crabius, you hear loud guttural roars from the bear. Doesn't seem to be getting any closer to your current position as you continue to lead the civilians down and away. The fate of Scalanus is unknown at this time.
Gotcha. Fill me in here. Where were we taking these civilians?
You
to
weren't
begin with?
taking them anywhere. You were all journeying northwest, and then the caravan got attacked.
What was our goal traveling?
You are being contracted by the city of Atari to gain more exotic timbers. They've offered a reward of 10 gold per tree of these really fancy exotic timbers that they don't really have in Atari. So you, with a promise of riches, have set out northwest to what you've heard is a large lumber stand
Gotcha.
near a town that could be of some use. You find yourself in the woods. It's thick, Crabius. Slow going. There's moss underfoot everywhere. The brush is thick. The faint rays of sunshine begin to trickle down through the trees.
Hera, what do you suggest we do? Do we save our friend, or do we camp out, look for trees? What do you think?
We should just keep going. What are the chances that he'll be okay? Did you see that bear? Or that man? I don't know what I saw. And I don't know if she can even hear him at all, or if it's like, what is it, tinnitus, like the ringing in the ear?
It's
And
linging quite loudly.
Well, I
yeah,
can
or
tell you.
she's just shouting really loudly because she doesn't know how loud she herself is being.
Going too
She's
loud.
she's like putting her finger in her ear, trying to like shake it out.
It's not helping, really.
I think we should continue forward.
I think it's a good idea. Let's get out of here, and we'll continue.
Fritz, I need
Is
you to
every?
make...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine. Fritz, I need you to make me a fortitude save. Make 4 of them, to be specific. See if he gets corrupted here.
What do I have to make?
4 fortitude saves.
All right. Private. or blind, right?
They can be public.
All right, I'll make them public for fun. Here's
For
the first.
funsies.
Here's the first one. Reflex or fortitude?
Fortitude.
All right, skip that one. Let me make fortitude. That one don't count. That was reflex.
Even better. Not so great. Better. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right. Let's see. 19, 11. All right. I'll keep you informed, Fred.
Oh well.
I will keep you informed as we progress. Anyway. Serana, who you have both, well, all three of you seen, Brillo and Hera and Crabius, you've all seen Serana. She's this deformed little elf that has an upbeat personality. She's panting. She's scared. She looks to you three. We must go. There's a farmstead not too far that way. She keeps pointing east. Could be of use there. Could stop there for a while and rest and treat our wounds.
Hera, how is your health? Do you need aid?
What? What? I'm not really good at reading lips. I can't hear a thing. My arm hurts really bad, though. I think we should stop. Right over there looks like a good place.
Barillo? Do you have a spell?
Brillo's sort of mumbling to himself as he can't hear anything either. He just sort of motions to the path ahead.
I grab his arm. I say, look, look. Then I point to Hera's bleeding body. And I make the motion of, like a healing spell.
Okay.
I think you would understand.
So are you requesting Brillo do a healing spell?
Gotcha.
Okay, he will oblige him. Put in the chat there. And we'll do the 3 action. So everybody's going to get back 2d8 plus 8 in 30-foot radius. Everybody's going to get back 21. Except for you, Fred. All you see is the bear skin right next to you.
Am I unconscious?
You are unconscious.
I am.
Don't worry, I've got a plan. O'Hara, you take 21 back.
That should be 47, I believe.
Nice.
And anybody else who needs it, including Serana, she's full health now. Yay. And then Perillo sort of begins to continue to move on, mumbling and sort of shaking his ear as he can't hear anything, much like Hera.
I motion the group to go in the direction of what the lady had told us that the farmstead is at.
And they happily, almost running ahead of you, start going in the direction of this farmhouse. Almost, you three struggle to almost keep up with them. That's how quickly they're moving at this point. They are hauling the mail. Well, Serrano's trying her best. Fretz,
Yes.
you can feel yourself swaying as you begin to gingerly come to with 1 hit point. And you look down and all you see is fur. The bear is back in its bear form, and it seems to have slung you up over almost completely up onto its back. You're wounded. You're bleeding. You're bleeding all over this bear. You're not sure how long you were out, where you are. You look at your surroundings and you're going through a relatively well-worn trail. This is not a caravan trail. This seems to be like a footpath or something like that. The dirt is well packed and it's easy walking that you can sense just from a glance. You see the bear sort of meandering and waddling side to side. You feel the motion as it suddenly stops, begins sniffing the area quite vigorously before it slumps you off onto the dirt. Moves over to a tree that it's sniffing. You're teetering, Fritz, on the edge of life and death. Your strength is failing. As you look about, you see another bear come out of the woods as a loud purple explosion happens as the original bear snips at a rune and everything goes black. You feel yourself pulled, but that's about it. You lack the strength to open your eyes. About another 5 minutes later, you waken. You're propped up against a rock by the edge of a stream. Bear sitting there across from you, looking at you. This bear is different. This one, its fur is all black. A deep black, almost a sleepy black, as it looks at you intently. It set you by a stream. Cool water flowing through. Lowell looks tasty. What do you do?
I roll. I'm seated, right? I'm leaning up against a tree.
Yes, up
Right.
against a rock.
I'll just roll right into the water. Not to escape, but just out of desperation to get that water to my lips.
Okay.
And start drinking it in and wetting my face. Oh, splashing about.
It's a very shallow pool. You reach the bottom quite easily. It might be 6 inches deep, but you lap it up. This bear doesn't motion. It doesn't move. Watches you.
How far away is it from me?
Oh, about 7 feet from you.
As I'm doing this, splashing it on my face, my awareness starts coming back to me. I notice the bear, of course, but I also immediately start reaching down to my body. Am I feeling my blades? I remember my rapier, my one dagger, and my bow were in my hands, and I don't know where they are. I probably don't see them, but are my other daggers, are any of my weapons on me?
All of your other daggers are indeed there.
All right.
And as you look around over by where you were sitting, you do see your bow, but you don't see your rapier.
Oh. My magical rapier. All right, I'll continue with the water while with my left hand I'm feeling close to my weapons. Not too obvious. Like, I have my cloak on, which I assume I still have. I got daggers on my chest and on my thighs and in my boots where I keep them. So I'll kind of, not being too obvious, I'll be keeping my left hand close to a dagger pommel.
Okay.
If I can. Do you want me to make a...
No, that's
Check.
totally fine. But as you do that, you see your bow and your pack slide very close to you, very close to within your reach. Do you grab them?
No.
No.
No. I'm not going to make any sudden moves. Just the water. I'm just being aware of them. Do they look threatening to me?
The bear seems to be just sitting there.
Yeah. All right, so I won't make any sudden, unexpected moves, but I'll splash that water on me and get myself fully aware again. I am gravely injured. Once I've done that, I'll pull myself back out of the water and be seated, my elbows on my knees. And I'll look around my surroundings. Is this an open space? Is there plenty of cover?
There is a lot of cover. There seems to be little mini boulders everywhere with long-standing fir trees, small diameter trees, not really much for cover those, but it seems to be a boulder pile almost, but with moss and rock growing and this little stream running right almost in the middle.
All right. And I'll pause. And I'll look up at the bear. Who are you? You spoke to me. I know you did. What are you?
The bear sort of stands up on all fours now, waddles a mere foot, extends a paw on your shoulder, slapping down. It doesn't do damage. Then it whispers, "You are wasting time. We have to go." At that point, you see a loud flash of purple magic, and you have been teleported to some other location. And we're going to let that scene ride for a minute. Meanwhile, Serana and the civilians, Crabius, Brillo, and Hera, you are on a mad dash, a race against time. You are running as fast as you can. Hera, Brillo, your hearing begins to return, and you don't like what you hear behind you. Trees, branches snapping, breaking. Something is in hot pursuit.
Is it
Crabius,
making,
Hera, Brillo, what are you doing?
is it making any like animal noises that I might be able to identify?
A long, guttural growl. Like that? Make me an animal handling check.
Animal handling check. What game do you think we're playing? Is
Make
that
it
nature?
private, please.
Yes.
Give yourself a +1.
What is that, nature?
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right, 'cause animal handling's D&D. My bad.
Yeah, that's why I made the
Sorry.
joke. That's all right.
Hera, it's definitely a bear. You've known that huff and that growl very much so. It's definitely a bear.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think we better pick up the pace. I think there's another bear out there, and it's caught our scent. Everybody hustle.
Quickly, to the farmstead.
Just then, I would like you three, Barillo, Pikachu, Haracha, and Crabius, to make me a will saving throw.
Is this also blind?
Yes. Not good enough, Crabius. Definitely not good enough, Hera.
Like, is it bad enough for a hero point,
No,
perhaps?
I'm messing with you.
Okay. I'm like, if it's a failure and you're kind enough, I'd like to hero point that. But
Nah, I'm
alrighty.
not telling you the result of this one. This one's crucial.
Okay.
Oh, but Brillo totally bombs his with a nat 1. I think I will re-roll his. Right. All three of you, as the civilians are running, you see a bright purple flash of magic. Almost. It knocks you down. Sprawled out all over the forest, your sight begins to fade. You've been teleported somewhere. You don't know where. Hera, you awake. Seems like only a few moments. You awake to a very frightening scene. You're inside of a house. The roof is gone. The wall is on fire. People are screaming. Blood is flowing. You look up. You see your family, your parents, your mom, and your father. Cowering in a corner. Your father trying to protect them. You see a goblin. It doesn't look automated. You see a goblin bearing down on him. He is utterly defenseless. Your blade, your falchion, lies mere feet from you. What do you do?
Well, I think she would jump to action and try to do something. It's just whether or not would she reach for her weapon or just go barehanded. Um, she's pretty tied to that weapon. Your sword's an extension of your arm, so she'll try to grab that first.
You grab your falchion, and what are you doing now?
Lay it into the goblin.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll, Missy.
Oh, I made that blind.
That's perfectly fine. It doesn't even matter.
Okay.
You sunk the blade into this goblinoid creature who you've seen attacking your family quite voraciously. It's already stabbed your dad. It's moving to your mother. You bring the blade down, and you hear a very feminine scream. As the scene shifts before your eyes, you look down and you see Serana at your feet. Your blade in your hand, blood dripping. You look across the scene. It is one of brutality. You see Scalanus laying mere feet from you. Dead. He's been gutted. Evisceration on an extreme you've never seen. You see Crabius dangling from the edge of this tree. He's been filleted alive. You see all the civilians that you've been taking care of up to this point, butchered in various forms or fashion in front of you. Something grips at your ankle. Do you look down?
Yeah, and as she does so, she kicks, like almost like kind of a reaction.
As you look down, you see poor little Serana looking up to you. Why have you done this? We didn't mean harm.
I haven't done anything. This isn't what I saw. This isn't it. Oh God.
Why have you attacked us? Why? We only tried to help.
Grabs her shoulders. Don't you die on me. Don't you do this. I didn't do this.
She expires in your arms.
And
You see in her hand the last book she was reading. An Orc's Guide to Adventurers is the title. It's flipped open. But the page is blank, and she seems to be taking some sort of notes about you and Brillo and Crabius, Scalanas. Making up her own tale. As you're rocked by another purple explosion, you look around and you see Crabius is with you. Brillo is with you. And a figure stands maybe 10 feet in front of you. The scene is much more neutral. Just open space. The form and figure is that of a man. Tall, broad, fair-skinned, big bushy beard, bare cloak on his back, a simple plate for his breastplate for armor. And he looks to you three. I have broken the hold of this beast. You must move quickly. Make for the glen. Your friend is alive. I'm on my way.
Gravius hears this.
You're all three back together again. And all you see is him.
The civilians are gone, or are they
There
dead?
are no more civilians. It's just you three and him in this particular scene.
you just see Hera's face like twisted in anger, but when he says your friend is alive, she's it just turns more into confusion, and she's still trying to process what she just went through.
He strides over in front of you three. Make for the cabin. I'll meet you there. Be careful. The bear is in pursuit. Go. Wake up. Wake
Come, Hera.
up.
We must go.
And with that, you all snap back awake on the ground where you fell. The civilians around you trying to shake you and wake you up. Poor old Serana is shaking Hera, though it's not doing much good, as her armor is thick. Quite heavy for an orc. Serana is leaning over. Hera, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Something's coming! Wake up! You have to help us!
She kind of gradually wakes up and is shaking her head. What? And she's just feeling her face. And you said she's a little disfigured, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's just feeling every little bit like, you're okay. You're okay.
Yes, but something is coming, and if we don't move, then we will not be okay. Please get up. Please.
He stands
He
on
is
her feet.
bleeding.
Where's everybody else?
Everybody else is around you, maybe 5 feet. Got two civilians sort of slapping Kravius around. Wake up! Whack!
Hey, what's going on? Where are we? What's going on?
Something is coming. We have to go.
Kravius will get himself up. We are still being pursued. We must go.
Is there anything else that you're doing, Kravius?
Just gathering everybody up and hauling out of there.
Gonna shift us to another scene here. Bear with me a moment. Yes, Kravius and Hera, please remove the deafen condition from yourselves, please.
Am I
Barillo.
am
Yeah, you have to do Barillos.
I there? Because I see a black screen.
You're present. Give me a minute, Fritz. I'm working on it. Give me a minute.
I saw it for a second. Then it went black.
I'll reveal you for a minute.
I'm still in a daze.
Can you see it now?
Yep, I can see it. Yep. Thanks.
Right. As you round the corner, all three of you running, hauling the mail, you look behind you and tearing maybe 100 feet behind you is the same bear that has taken your friend in hot pursuit. You don't see Scalanus. The civilians begin to quickly run for the door. They open it and duck inside. What are you three doing?
Quickly, in the building. Barricade the door. Hopefully we can keep it out.
And suddenly, off to your left, you see a large crack of purple energy. And Scalanus falling through a portal. Scalanus, your bow, and oddly enough, your rapier, has arrived with you, along with your backpack. As a bear steps through to greet you. Your friend has arrived. As the portal energy fades, this other bear with Scalanus, very black, dreamy, comforting almost. You almost feel a sense of relief wash over you as bright, vibrant green magics begin to swirl around. The form of a man becomes apparent. You three have seen this man. The same man that warned you, told you that your friend was alive. He stands before you, sword and shield drawn.
Huh.
The illusion has faded. He looks over to you three. Run for the house. What is everybody doing at this particular moment?
Gravius is making his way to the door. What is the building made of? Is it a wood building?
This stone,
Stone?
a wooden roof.
How about the door?
It is unfortunately made of all wood. Galanus, you've arrived on the ground. a thud as you land. You look around and you see your companion. Hera, Cravius, Brillo, and this newfound companion who seemingly pulled you from the jaws of death. You see them making for the door. Do you also make for the door?
Scalanus is a bit dumbfounded by what's happened here. A little bit amazed. I'm still trying to get my bearings, but I recognize magic. I sense its presence. Now, my pack and equipment are right in front of me. I have to kind of scoop them up if I want them, right?
Correct.
All right, so I got to see my compatriots, and I see them running towards the door, Scalanus, and I'm gonna make my way, even though I'm really badly injured, as best I can, limping along. I'm gonna take his advice, but keeping an eye on this stranger. Is he like preparing himself to fight this bear? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna scoop up my stuff, and I'm gonna hobble along up to that door with my friends.
And Brillo will go inside as well. Hera, what are you doing? You've just seen a loud burst of purple energy and a bear transform into a man. What are you doing?
Just running into the house.
Is there windows?
There are windows. Really represented well on this particular map, but
Close that door and peek out the window and watch what's going on.
My friends, what's happening? What is happening? Where did you
I don't
go?
know. I was hoping you could answer that. I don't know.
The bear.
Bears are people. People are bears.
We saw you die. We ran. We blinked. Now we're here.
Yeah,
Who's
strange.
that guy?
Strange things. He was the bear. He turned into some. Is he a human?
yes.
Into a human. And some magic flowed through us when he touched me, and we disappeared and reappeared here. And now I see you, and I took off into where you were running into this building. I think he's going to square off with that bear. Odd situation. If I can, I would peek out the window, if there is one in that direction, to see what's happening.
You see the bear and this man going at it.
Oh boy.
Man seems to be holding his own for now. As the civilians inside began to huddle up and they began to reinforce the doors.
Just in case, Hera's going to keep her glaive in hand. Two-handed.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure mine is too.
Is anybody else looking outside the window?
Yeah, for
Aside from
curiosity's sake.
You see, as you're a fighter and you're accustomed to martial weapons, you see this man, this human, is adeptly weaving spells and strikes, blasting the bear back, though it gets up and comes again. Bear's form begins to transform back into its half bear with the shape of a man figure, and comes at the man with a stick. Fighting appears to be ferocious.
Perhaps we should help him. And I grab my pack, reach inside. I grab one of those potions, the red one, and I'm going to drink it. It's a healing
Drinking a
potion.
healing potion, huh?
Yep. Now, this won't affect my wounded condition, will it?
No. Fortunately, will not.
All right, let's see what I got here. I've got a lesser healing potion. Right there, I'm going to click use potion. Let me delete one. Yeah, I'm going to use that. When the others aren't looking, we'll slip it.
Is anybody watching him do this?
No, my eyes are glued to the window, trying to see what's going on outside.
As I had planned.
Kravius is taking a look around the cabin here to see what's the makeup of this place, real quick.
It seems to be a simple farm set. It's very rustic, very wooden on the interior, like the wooden floors, wooden dividing wall in the middle. Simple and basic.
Is there any other exits?
Not that you can see at this time.
Seems there's only one way out of this place, and it's through this door.
Well, if you count the windows.
And with that, you all hear a loud thud as a spell or something you would assume crashes off the stone walls outside. And then the sounds of battle fade.
Do we hear the bear still?
You hear absolutely nothing.
Do we see anything out the window?
All you see is this mysterious figure who has saved your friend.
Barillo, quick, go check.
Wow.
Kravius slowly opens the door.
As you open the door, you see this figure standing on the other side.
Are you all right, friend?
I'm fine.
Do we have to
Doesn't
worry about
look
that man?
that fine.
Do you need aid?
I'll be all right.
Are you telling me you took that bear on? Did it run away?
Yes.
It can't be dead. I don't believe you. Only a true warrior could have handled such a beast and live a one-on-one combat.
Are you still yelling, Hera?
Well, if she's not deaf anymore, then no. But she's not using indoor voice either.
And if I have time while this is going on, I'm gonna... Well... Never mind.
What are you trying to do, Fritz?
I was gonna use healing tools, but I don't have any. No, I don't have any.
Quick equipment check.
Yeah, one other thing. I had 2 healing potions lesser. I used one, and then both of them disappeared for some reason.
Because you clicked use potion. So just add one back.
I don't have my... I can't find them in the items directory. I think you have to add them to my sheath. That's my bad. No, there's no items listed in the items directory for some reason. I'll take care
Are
of
you
that.
looking under consumables?
It's not on my character sheet anymore. They're gone. They were there. I had 2 of them, used one, and they both left. I only used one. Thank you. I have it now.
You're good, Fritz. I got you. This mysterious figure sheathes his sword and slings his shield back onto his back. Might want to shut that door.
Kravius will shut it.
Cozy. Should be safe for the night.
Who are you, my friend?
I'm the man who saved your friend.
Do you have a name?
Call me Braun for now.
All right, Braun. What is going on? Who is this bear that walks like a man?
You're not from here, I take it.
I am from Absalom. I do not know much about this area. I am here to find out what is going on.
Fuck Absalom.
Oh. I take it you're not from Absalom.
No, not much of a fan of its people either. They come hunting timber.
Hmm. He flashes a look at Hera, like, Do we say anything?
Hera looks back at you, confused. What? What's that look for? And she says that out loud.
I believe he's
Why do you
waiting for
look at
your
me so
input.
strangely?
I believe he is waiting for your input, Orc.
Didn't we hear something about people coming here to get wood? Hint, hint.
Yes, such is your purpose, I know.
What do you mean you know? Who told you?
The letter hanging out your pack.
Well, you have us. We were coming to look for timber. Is there a problem?
Yes, it angers the bear.
What's the bear got to do with any of this? This isn't his forest, is it?
Some say he's a guardian, protector of the forest. Some say. Old wives' tale and folklore, if you ask me. What I do know of that particular bear is a powerful druid turned to foul magics to protect the forest. That's all I've ever heard anyone say.
Do we know where the bear is from? Is there a lair or some
Nope.
sort?
Don't know that either. I feel your eyes upon me, elf.
Yes, yes. Now, to clarify, I'm a little confused, but this guy I'm speaking to, this guy was a bear, right?
Correct.
And he transformed into this human. Okay?
Correct.
And he's talking about this other bear
Correct.
that's an evil druid.
All he said was that it was a druid turned evil according to lore and legend.
Okay. All right. And as this conversation was going on and I'm listening, I kind of snuck into this back room. What's in there?
Roll me a perception.
Oh, yes, I will.
Not much. Looks to be just your standard run-of-the-mill, just your log cabin in the woods.
No healing tools.
Cozy fireplace. Cozy fireplace, and then a small writing stand off to the left corner of the room there.
Okay.
It's got some basic papers, looks like farm upkeep and maintenance costs and that stuff. Looks pretty mundane.
I wasn't paying too much attention. I really wanted to look out that window. I didn't see anything, and I started heading back to the door, and that's when you confronted me. You are a strange one, for sure. You transformed from a bear, correct?
Yeah.
Then my eyes do not deceive me. What is your name? Who are you?
You can call me Braun.
Ah, Bron.
Yes, I saved you in the woods. You're
I,
welcome.
I appreciate your efforts. But there's still much to know about you. And I'll step in a little bit closer, not threatening, but I will move a little closer, eyeing him up. Can I make a recall knowledge on him?
Can indeed. Roll me nature or occultism. Whichever is applicable, and anybody can do that. If you want to roll a recall knowledge, make it a blind GM roll, occult or nature. For anybody who wishes.
I'm going to use occultism. Just because I want that kind of information. The mysterious.
Ooh.
Jesse, did you want to roll?
Go ahead.
We'll both do it, just cause.
Travis, he just looks like a normal run-of-the-mill human to you. Nothing seems to be out of place here. Carry on. There's nothing out of place here. Era, you get the impression that by the way that this particular person, carries his equipment and moves his blade around, you would get the impression he's an experienced soldier, almost. That's sort of the vibe you're picking up from this. Fritz, you've searched your mind, listening to folklore and legend. You've heard very fantastical tales of an order of druids that all went rogue. They broke away from their more natural faith balance, keeping the peace. You've heard tales that long ago there used to be a druid circle called the Order of the Conqueror that were militarized druids in a sense that would often roam the borders, killing anyone who desired to cut down trees or defile nature by building cities or anything of the nature like that.
Militant against the defilers of nature.
Yep.
I've heard tales of your kind. Human.
And what kind would that be, elf?
You have the magics of nature on your side, do you not? Some might call you a druid, perhaps. Would that be true?
Yes,
You have such power.
I do.
And what do you know about this militant order that I've heard tales of druids that roam the forest and would attack those who would attack nature? What do you know of them?
His eyes snap over to you. Be careful with your words, friend.
I mean no harm.
The Order of the Conquerors is a bunch of dumbasses. They attack the innocent for their own gain.
I'm paying really close attention to him. and his response. Can I make a perception check to watch his, what is it called? See if somebody's lying or deceiving? I can't remember the name of it.
Sense
Sleight of
motive.
hand.
Sense
Sense motive,
motive?
yeah.
Yeah, can I make one of those?
Yes, you sure can.
All right, blind. Let's see if I could tell if there's any hint of lying when he says this.
He seems very, very truthful, Fritz. You would almost guaranteedly know that by your thievery background. He is telling you the truth.
Interesting words that fall off your tongue, human. And I wander back towards the window and casually take a peek back out the window. Is there anything going on out there at this point?
No, everything seems to have calmed down, but you can see the evidence of this particular battle.
Yeah.
Ground churned up, blood on the ground, on the field. The sun is starting to sink. It will be dark soon. You see no bear.
While his back is turned, and if that happens, I'll kind of share what I've learned with Hera, who's closest to me. Or close
Brom will
by.
step into the back room to check on the civilians.
I'll share what I've learned about this order of the Conqueror that I know about. I feel he is one of them. He mentioned it, in fact. Militant. One would say they might be a force of good, and others would say they are not. I do not trust him.
Yeah, well, he's still a stranger, so.
Of course, he is. Now, can anyone tend to my wounds? I am in need yet.
Brillo looks over. See if Brillo's got medical supplies here. He does. So he will try to do a medicine check on you.
Yes, I would appreciate it, my friend. Ooh.
And I took the 20 DC, so you're going to get back
48. No, 2d8 doubled.
2d8 doubled. Going to take back 12 points of healing.
Ugh.
Your wounded condition is removed.
Much appreciated, my friend. Your gods are good indeed.
What god even is he? Ah, yes, Gorum smites the unworthy.
He does. Especially those wounded in battle.
What are the rest of you doing?
So I'll join back in a second. There was a puppy emergency, so 1 second.
Okay. Jesse, what are you doing?
I think he was watching the door and being quite defensive and protective of the group at this point. Jesse, are you there? You're muted.
Oh, sorry, I was muted there.
You were.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see anything out of the ordinary with this cabin? I'll take a look around.
You sure can.
All right. She's gone, so you'll have to roll
No,
for
I did
me.
it. I did blind perception check.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hasn't come through yet. So you might have to do it again.
Okay. I don't know why it didn't. There it goes.
Travius, from your time in reading books and such, you would know this is just your basic cabin. There's nothing really out of the ordinary here. Just a simple, cozy little cabin.
Gotcha.
Is this his home?
Are you asking?
Just in case that was revealed and I missed it.
And
Ah.
all that was revealed was it's a simple a farmstead. That's all that was revealed. Braun marches back into the room. Your
Does he look
civilians are
like-
in good health.
Yes.
Thank you for checking in on them.
So we thank you for welcoming us into your home here in the woods, this little refuge.
You're welcome.
Ah. What now, my
Oh.
friends?
Make yourself at home. It'll be dark soon. Fire's roaring. We'll get stuff to make food. Bear is sure to be in the area.
Do you know how many bears might be in the area, or is it just the one?
The Order of the Conquerors was vast before the war.
Who won the war?
I did.
An army of one? I don't believe it. You
I was
do look like a
fighting-
warrior, though.
I was fighting for the Northern Army against the Order of the Conquerors. Marched into these woods. Killed druids by the droves. We were soldiers. Even on the bad side of soldiering. This farmstead was my reward for my time of service. Thought I could move my father here, live out the rest of his days in peace. That did not happen.
I'm still trying to remember her name.
Sarana.
Where's Sarana? Yeah, I looked it up.
Sarana is in the
she?
back room. She
Okay.
is sort of that bronze request. They're sort of starting to get the fire in the back room ready to go.
Okay.
I think Scalanus would find himself at that table, going through his bag, pulling out some rations, still recuperating from his wounds. It was a vicious battle, or ambush. Keeping to himself, but yet listening, always listening to the conversation. But he's more intent on listening and recuperating and eating than anything else at this stage.
Okay. Kravius, what are you doing?
I keeping an eye on that door, making sure nothing comes through, and he's just sitting, listening to everyone, assessing the situation.
Hera, what are you doing?
She's right beside him, looking out the window. She's got dark vision, so the
You see-
sunset is not an issue for her.
You see in the forest, well within the forest line, a figure slowly moving back and forth. I
I do not like this feeling I'm getting. Is this
You are
the only
being
shelter you have?
Yes, and you are being hunted.
I can see that. I know when prey is, when the predator's stalking its prey. Look at it pace out there. And she talks as if everyone can see it.
Tell us, Braun, are we safe here?
Safer than out there. Beast will not venture here.
Why's that?
Experience.
So what's the plan? Stay here till morning?
Yes, and escort you back to the Citadel.
Citadel? Which Citadel?
It's a trading hub. From there, you can get to your business. That's
Do
if
you
there
have
are no more goblins in the area.
Do you have a problem with us taking trees?
I was a soldier. We did far worse in my time of service. Because my home is left unspoiled. I don't care.
I see. Well, I guess we're gonna pull up here for the night. Are you gonna watch for us, or do we need to take watch?
Tracking you through the forest all day was taxing. You might want to set up watches. In case I fall asleep.
All right. So
Well, I've
I
already
guess
got my eyes out the window. I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
Burlo will take last. Alright, and with that, you guys eat with Braun. He sort of fills you in a little bit more about what he knows of the Order of the Conquerors. They're highly militarized, radicalized, at least they were before the war. He goes on to tell you there was a massive, bitter exchange. An army of almost 30,000 marched into these forests to drive them out. Casualties were extreme, to say the least.
What group does he align with? Or does he have one? Travis will ask.
I assume he's with the order. Or no.
No, he didn't like the order.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
He will look to Krabius. I fight for the Northern Army.
Yeah.
Fought for the Northern Army. Was a captain once.
Yeah.
The Order of the Conquerors took more from me than they did most.
Is there more of your order at the Citadel?
I'm not part of an order, lad. Part of an army.
An army?
The army was disbanded last year after the war was won. Marched in here with an army of 30,000. We left with 48 men. We thought we had completely destroyed the Order of the Conquerors. We were naive enough to believe it. Now, it appears, the Order has returned.
Knowing something about nature, was he using metal weapons?
What?
And he's a druid.
He appears more martial than any druid you've seen.
Well, I sense the presence of magic and nature about him. But yet he uses metal weapons. Perhaps he's the one.
Right.
Perhaps he's the one who's so militant.
Are you asking,
No,
or
this is an observation. It's an observation. I guess Barillo's right there with me, right?
yes?
Yeah, these are just observations I'm making. Keeping to myself, listening.
You can see Braun sort of take off his sword and shield and hang it above the mantle. There's a little plaque there, Hera, that you can see sort of glinting. And Scalanos, this table just appears to be just a normal long wooden table, probably about 8 feet long. It's got intricate carvings you can see. And then you trip a button. And you hear a very subtle click.
Awesome.
As a drawer that was once part of the underbelly flops down, hitting you in the knees. Drawer is very heavy. Do you make a sound?
No.
Inside's a rather large file. Probably, quarter-inch thick. What do you do with it?
It's just a metal file inside of a little hidden compartment.
No, it's a paper file, like
Oh.
almost like a dossier.
Oh, papers.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't reach in immediately. I just, Did anyone notice the click beside me?
Let me roll for Brillo and Braun here. Braun did not hear it. Brillo thought he did, but whether that remains to be seen or not.
Strange papers. I'll swipe them.
Okay.
Is that palm an object? Or is that steel? What is that going to
That's
be?
common, Alba. That's common object. And we will simply go on with our night. I need everyone to roll me perception checks. As Braun hangs up his sword and shield, steps outside. Get some rest while you can. We'll keep watch as best I can. Very nice. And what is everybody going to be doing on their watches?
I will be keeping an eye where I first saw that figure walking the tree line. I'll have my glaive in hand and just curiously take a look around, just out of boredom, but I wouldn't leave this room. Like, I wouldn't go farther than 10 feet from the window.
As you are glancing around, you see the little placard on the mantle. It reads a common phrase, "Home is where the heart is." Your watch goes by uneventful. Kravius, what are you doing on your watch?
Watching closely out the window to make sure the bear doesn't come near us.
I see Braun out there, sort of wandering around, going from hidden place to hidden place, keeping an eye out. You don't seem to see any shadows moving other than his. As your watch
Gotcha.
passes uneventful. Barillo's is much the same. Skalanos, what are you doing on your watch?
Is there light in this room? Or is
There's a camp. Well, there's a fireplace over by Hera.
All right, I'll go towards the fireplace with a little bit of light. I do have low light vision, so... Thum. I'm going to take a quick glance at those papers that I swiped.
They appear to be Braun's military record. As you flip through them, he seems to have distinguished himself. There's also quite a bit of bad in there. He's done as much bad as he has good. Seems to be distinguished. And then you hear something outside, Prince. Voices.
I look up. What do I see? Out the window.
You see Braun standing there. This bear, about 5 feet in front of him. Seem to be having a conversation.
Can I hear their words? I lean to the window.
Make me a perception check, please. I know, I got Fritz right now like he's drooling over there. You will not harm these people, fella. They are different from the others. You will harm no more people along the road. Go back to your master. Tell him I am coming for him. And this time, Aldon won't be able to stop me this time. The Order of the Conquerors will die. Even if I have to go through you to get to him.
This is Braun talking, right?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
And you hear very loud growls and snarls in response.
I'll duck out of sight at that point.
You can still hear them. It goes on and on. It's basically this guy's trying to recruit Braun into the Order. And Braun is very adamant that, nah, he's going to destroy them all. And the rest of your watch passes uneventful. But you did hear something odd. You heard Braun say father. Struck you as odd. It's on your watch, Skalanos, that Braun returns and retires to his quarters. He whispers to you, keep a sharp eye out. It's moving around.
Of course, of course.
Won't step in past the tree line to get a clear shot.
I'll look
After
to
that, Braun goes and retires.
my bow. Make sure it's at the ready. And continue the watch.
It is. It is at your fingertips with an arrow very close by. And the rest of your watch passes uneventful. As you are replaced by Barillo, and the sun begins to slowly rise. Morning has arrived. So you all can wake up, get your spell slots back, do all that.
So, do I click on my character sheet, that little button that says rest for the night, and that'll
Yep.
add my natural healing?
It'll do it automatically for you.
That is nifty. Huh, 3 hit points. Awesome. My Friends, we wake once again.
You see Braun sitting there clad in full armor. His weapons are back on. Looks like he's been up for several hours. Affairs your wounds, elf.
One more thing before this happens. Those papers that I had,
Okay.
I'll slip them back into the drawer when Braun is out of sight and earshot. Carefully put them back. And if I can, I'll close that little shelf like it was untouched.
You can do so.
Okay. Fair enough.
And with that, we're going to take a 5-10 minute break. So everybody go wash your hands, get something to eat, do whatever you think you got to do.
Awesome.
Plot thickens, and we'll pick this back up in about 5 to 10.
5 to 10 minutes,
All right.
folks. We'll be right back. Going on intermission screen. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we're back. Second half. We're all freshened up, ready to continue this little adventure in the woods and some deep
I've got another
alcove.
cold beer.
Yeah, we're all set and ready to rock. So, Kyle, go ahead and pick up.
As dawn gleams over the horizon, warm sunshine rays begins to fill this rather cozy cabin. You've spent the night here. Civilians have rested rather well, I might add. You've slept comfortably. You wake refreshed. Braun is the first up out of all of you. And he goes outside to chop wood. To make fire. Leaving you all to waken at your own pace. And some of you to ponder the night's events. As little Serrano comes beat-bopping in the room. Wake up, guys! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! We're alive!
So we're all in this one big chamber here?
Yeah.
Now I'll do my stretches and sit cross-legged on the floor there next to the table, which is my practice. As the others wake up.
So,
Travius is sitting at one of the tables there with his books, and he's diligently writing things down from his past events. He's cataloging everything.
Hera's still sprawled out in front of the fireplace. And she kind of rolls over and lays on her side and looks kind of awkwardly upwards towards the rest of the crew at the table. Ah, perfect night. Cozy little cabin here, cozy little floor. I could get used to this. If I didn't like murdering and fighting so much.
Braun peeks his head around. You're not a fighter. Then goes away.
For your sake, I will disregard hearing that comment. She says so boldly.
Yes, and Scalanus will speak up at this point. Perhaps you should keep your mouth to yourself, Orc. You speak too loud.
And you speak too quietly.
And I will continue to do so.
Keeping things to yourselves. Ah.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
But she'll take the advice and kind of quiet down.
After a few moments, you all gather at the table for a much needed and well received breakfast. It's nothing special by any means, but it's home cooked meals. It's not rations.
Looks good. When he's out of sight, out of earshot, I should say.
He's outside chopping wood.
All right. The companions gather. I'll be at the table, going through the food as well, distastefully. No appetite for this kind of stuff. But he will. My friends, we are here some time now, and I'm not sure why. How long are we going to tarry in this place? We know not of this individual. I do not trust him, even with words his past his lips, to prove otherwise. I do not trust him.
Cravius looks up at you, says, well, from what he has told us, he is going to be taking us today to the Citadel.
Citadel?
Yes. And he said we could go on with what we were doing.
So I imagine chopping trees is out of the question.
Well, I asked him if cutting trees was a problem with him. He didn't seem to care, as long as we didn't wreck his home.
He's an odd one. Tell me. You, Cravius, you are a wielder of strange magics and energies in the world. What do you sense about him?
I do sense an aura of magic.
Yes.
He says he's a druid, but it is kind of particularly strange that he uses metal weapons. From what I know, druids never use metal.
That is right.
Am I wrong?
That is right. He also speaks of this Order of the Conqueror. This faction, which I know some of. It is true, there is an Order of the Conqueror. They were druids of a sort that turned to the dark side.
Perhaps we can find somebody at the Citadel that might give us more information on what seems to be going on in this area.
He spoke last night, during my watch. I heard the voices from outside. I listened. He was speaking with the bear. Like I said, I do not trust him. He called to
What
the
was
bear.
he saying?
He called to the bear with the name Father. As if the bear was his father. The bear was trying to entice him to join this Order of the Conquerors as well.
There's definitely more to this story than he is telling us.
Yes, much more. Quiet, he comes.
He's been standing there for 2 minutes.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah. The bear is my father, for what remains.
I'll stand up. The bear that you fought with.
Yes.
You fight with your father.
Yes.
And what of this Order of Conquerors? Is he one of those? Well? You there, Kyle?
Very awkward silence from Braun.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that.
Stellanis, you ask too many questions. Now look what you've done.
All right, time to go. Let's go. We're getting out of here. Like I said, he's a mysterious one indeed.
Yes, definitely. Kravius wants to know more about this goblin that took you hostage. He wants to write down everything about this goblin, all its physical makeups and way it fought and everything, and he's writing it in his book.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
I was just filling Kravius in
Okay.
while
Last thing I heard, Fritz, was you were fighting your father. And Braun responded with yes.
yes, I asked him. So your father is a member of the Order of the Conqueror, then,
Yes.
and he wants you to join him.
Never have.
I heard your words through the window last night. I was on watch. I was doing my duty to my friends. But I heard you speak of these things. So tell me, Braun, how do we know enough to trust you? Knowing what we know now.
Order of the Conquerors took everything from me. We marched to war against them.
Against your father.
My father wasn't part of the Order at the time. Just another soldier like me. Our power corrupted him over time. I used to be a wizard. Die a soldier. He would study their artifacts for hours on end. Dark magics, foul, evil, corruptible. Tainted his mind, corrupted his body. He became the thing we had been deployed to destroy. Final battle.
What kind of creature has he become?
He cannot ever leave his bare form. Commands dark, powerful magics beyond your control or imagining. He's done things. Murdered people. Innocent.
Then why haven't you slain him?
I fought him for a long time. Tracked, fought. He's not the only bear in these woods. I've been whittling their numbers down for a while.
Are all these bears as powerful as this one that took us on?
No.
Do we have a chance against these bears?
Do you have a chance against that bear in particular? No. Swelling
These
with
other-
necromantic magics.
Necromancy.
Yes.
Not to be totally.
Foul. Evil. Corrupt.
Is there undead amongst their midst?
There was for a time. Till we thought we had destroyed their undead pits in the war. I was wrong. There are two that remain. Out of the dozen that began with.
And where do these bears take refuge?
They're not
Just in the
bears.
woods? Or evil? evil magic users of necromancy. Where are they from?
Local. They're the Order of the Conqueror Druids. After the war, we 48 were sent home. Some chose to remain. I chose to stay at this cabin.
These 48, is there any of them that still remain in the Citadel?
2.
What's their names?
Commander Johnson was my superior officer. He commanded the forward army. A healer of sorts. She kept us fit to fight.
And the other?
The others have been hunted down by the Order.
Did you say?
You said there was 2?
Yeah, there was 2.
The second still in the area.
Yes.
And who was this one?
A ranger of sorts. Plucky personality, you might say. Always got on my nerves.
So there's Commander Johnson, a she, who has healing abilities, I guess, and then the other one's still wandering about. Who is one with the woods, a ranger of some sort.
Yes.
What do you think, Cravius?
I think we need to find these 2. Question them more on what is going on.
Perhaps. Perhaps. So, Braun, you will take us there, correct?
Alright. Take you to the Citadel.
This commander, could you introduce us to him?
Her.
Her?
I could.
That would be appreciated.
So, my friends, it looks like this has become our new charge. We're going to forego the tree hunting, I guess.
Yes, I do believe the tree hunting may be getting us in trouble that we do not need.
What of Serana?
Safe and so. She'll be safe in the Citadel. They can tend to someone like her.
Yes. So then it's settled. We travel to the Citadel.
All of a sudden, 10 gold just doesn't seem enough, but I guess going to the Citadel is a small detour.
Yes, a small detour.
Small detail. Yeah. Gold is not the only driving force between myself and adventure.
Yes. What do you think,
Knowledge
Barillo?
is more.
What do you think, Barillo? Are you with us?
Are you just sitting over flipping a coin,
Yes.
waiting to go? Braun's gonna look to her. Never use coin to measure wealth, Orc.
One more thing, Bron, before we leave.
What?
Is there any information you could give us that might give us an advantage over fighting against these Order of the Conquerors?
They are
If we
weak.
so
They're weak to light-based magic. Any positive damage or even healing will harm them.
Gravius pulls out his books and writes everything down.
And if you meet the Alpha, Rob, you are not equipped to handle it.
Noted.
Means I've signed on for yet another war. As for living in peace.
I could use a little more healing. Not much, but if Barillo wants to do more rapping. I was beaten
I'll
up.
give it a go.
I suffered much, Orc. Perhaps your binding will help.
Or he did suffer that. Claws almost claimed another victim.
Claws. Perfect. Oh no, that was the roll. There we go. 8. That's perfect. I'm good. Alright, check my inventory. It says I have 8 daggers. I think I had 10. So it's 2
You
gone.
lost one at the start and you threw one at the bear.
Yeah. Alright, so 8 is right.
And what else have you come across in these woods? Anything else strange that you've seen?
Yes, now that you bring up words of this, I would mention some type of construct. I encountered it in the woods. It drugged me off, thinking I was unconscious. It was a goblin, but it was not any goblin. It had arms of metal, as if it was attached to its flesh.
Yeah, but that bear took care of it.
Yes, the bear took
You're
care
welcome.
of it. But what?
Oh, yeah.
What unnatural magic lies behind that? Do you know anything of that, Bron?
Yes, fortunately. Another relic from the war.
Ah, yes.
The Order of the Conquerors. When their undead couldn't stop us and their acolytes were being slaughtered in the field, they turned to foul magic and craftsmanship. Brought an army of those things. Goblins, mechanized, mechanized. Do their fighting for them. If you've seen another, then they have begun to produce them again. Means the enemy is desperate. Cannot have that many acolytes left that survived the purge.
Other than a pair of strong jaws, do you know a way of plucking these pesky guys
Target
out of the
their
way?
arms. Target their arms. You destroy their arms, then that's the sense of their power. There are gems welded into the metal
Ah, sons of...
that you can't access. Cut the arms off. They'll turn into regular normal screaming goblins. If we find one, I will demonstrate. Filthy goblins. You other suspicions about me, elf?
Perhaps I do. Or perhaps not. My eyes will be upon you.
Noted. Any other suspicions from you three?
Just one from me.
I
You
can
say
set a
you
s- Okay.
you say you are a druid, correct?
No. I'm
No.
a soldier.
Okay.
Who just happens to command some magic of my own.
This magic that you use, is it from nature?
No, not entirely.
Do all of your order command these powers as well, or is this unique to you?
You see the bear head flash for a moment, and his eyes begin to sort of glisten. They are not my order, boy.
What order or side do you align with, if any?
I fight for the army, as I always have. Fight for the army against the order.
The Northern Army, he mentioned.
The Northern Army. Gotcha. Okay. Enough questions. I think it is time to go.
Yes.
And your suspicions, little orc. And he looks to Hera.
She huffs at the term little.
You are little.
I know, compared to all of you, she's the shortest. And she's 5'10".
Ron's about 6'11", 6'10", so yeah, you little.
Yeah. I can cast my suspicions aside. I have respect. I have respect for you, somebody who's worked for an honorable cause with the war.
We were soldiers. Wasn't much time for honor.
But it was for a cause nonetheless, and sounds like a good one.
Now, I've seen what this thing happens when these creatures march into an unprotected town. We purge towns because of it. Magic gets to a point, people are too far gone. If the order has returned, be sure the army will be putting more towns to the torch, unless we can get ahead of this. Enough gabbing. Grab your crap and let's go. Civilians are outside waiting for you.
You
I'm
hear the
Braun's gonna
clank.
step outside.
All right. You hear the clank of hair shoving all over armor on and grabbing her weapons. Just the loud noise of all the metal.
Ron just shakes his head as he walks to the door. Amateurs. Oh yeah, you can make your final preparations, and then we'll discuss where you guys want to go from there. Outside Scalanis, you see little Serrano bebopping around with her family. Seem to be picking wildflowers. A happy
Man,
moment.
nothing brings her down.
No. Well, I guess we're all set. We're all healed up and prepped and so on and so forth. Just a march in order and off we go, right?
Who's first?
Orillo?
Okay. Rulo first. Who's next?
No, I think he might actually. Well, his character might argue to go first.
Well,
Otherwise,
I'll
they
have
would.
Ron in the front because he's leading, but who
Yes.
else is...
I'm in the...
Travis will take up second.
I'll bring up the rear
Travis
then.
is in the number 2 position.
I'll bring up the rear then. Keeping my eye to the rear, I'm going to be...
Scouting.
Is that it? Scouting +1 to initiative?
Mhm.
No, I take that back. I'm not going to be doing that. I'll leave that for somebody else. I'm going to stick to the tree line, to the trees, where I can hide and use stealth as much as possible, I'm going to be taking advantage of cover all the way through. It's daytime, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I'll probably be some distance from the party, but yeah, I'm going to be using stealth.
Are you really sure you want to do that again?
I do.
Kalanis, you might not want to do that. We don't want to draw any more bears out.
That's okay. I'm not going into the forest. Do I have to go into the forest to have cover?
No.
All right.
No.
Just in the tree line. Just so I can use
There's some
stealth.
shrubs next to the tree line and stuff that you can use to meander with.
I'll be skulking around in the ditch watching you guys pass by. Yeah, I'll give you a stealth check for that, all right? You can record that.
Alrighty.
So hopefully I'll be out of sight if anything comes upon us.
Okay. And what's everybody else doing? Hera, what's your exploration activity?
Was anybody going to do scout?
He left that for one of us to do.
Alright, then Hera will be light on her feet and keeping an eye out. From the sides, I guess, since she's not leading, someone else is. It's not like she's gonna run off ahead. She doesn't know where she's going. So she'll keep watch from the sides and scout.
Watching from flanking position. Got it.
And yeah, and she'll have her glaive out as well.
All rocking the glaive, not the falchion, huh?
Yes. Give me
You're all
that reach.
You're a wee bit timid about using that falchion since you just, murdered Serrano with it.
One could say that, yes.
Right, Cravius, what are you doing?
I am going to continuously cast shield on myself.
Okay. Takes you the better part of the day. It's slow going. It's a slog to be sure. Up hills, down hills, over, around, over water, over little creeks and embankments. You're in the muck. It's hard going. But you arrive. As you crest over a hill, you look down and you see looks like civilization down there. Ah, maybe civilization. Make the map here. Let me know if everybody can see that.
Nope.
Nope.
It's
It
black.
is a black screen, like a black square on brown.
Scroll out.
I am fully out.
Huh.
It's the lighting on the map. If there's no tokens on the map, it won't show. If you have it so tokens can see on it, in which case just drop a party token on the map.
I haven't put you guys on there yet. My bad.
I made you one of those little torch party tokens. You can use that, Kyle, if you want. If you want. As I skulk in the trees, out of sight. As soon as everybody's backs are turned, I disappear. But I'm close by. You'll have to get used to that.
And this is why we don't worry about the elf if anything happens.
Yeah, if I get ambushed and taken out again, you'd never know.
Yeah. Somehow he just reappears.
Carted off by goblins with arms. Metal arms. There you go. I could see the map now. there is a setting, Kyle, on the map where you can. You don't have to have a token on the map to be able to see the map. There's a little button to click. But don't worry about
okay.
that. I'll help you with that later. But this works.
As you approach down a rather cobblestone path, a sight of a sense of relief begins to fill you. Ah, finally going to civilization. People. Finally, people. Somebody other than me. Your hopes are dashed. As you wander closer, you see smoke rising from the buildings. You hear the screams. Screams of terror. I'd like everybody to give me a perception check, please.
Is this blind?
It is indeed. Suddenly, from all around you, you see not one, not two, three. There they are. Stepping out from the shrubbery. More victims for the pyre. Goblins. You notice one in particular steps onto the road. It's animated, automated, mechanized. What's everybody doing?
Well, I'm still out of sight. I see them. And I guess I noticed the others seeing them as well. We've all seen this. Yeah.
Cravius says, "To arms, my friends. We seem to have been ambushed."
I guess you'll have the chance to show us how it's done.
Perhaps. As he flips through his book.
Barillo is patiently drawing his greatsword, and you see Braun sort of chuckling. Goblins. Why does it always have to be these little slime-looking buggers? And he looks back to you three, as if for an answer to his question.
I don't know, they're easy to breed.
As he draws his,
Regardless of it being rhetorical or not, Hera answers.
as he draws his sword and shield, he leaps into the fray. Come at me, you goblins! And with that, I'd like everybody to roll initiative. Fritz, you may roll stealth.
Do we get a +1?
You do get a +1.
Yay. Jesse, what was your exploration activity again?
I was casting
Cast
shield.
shield.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Awesome. It's already cast. I think I clicked the wrong one.
What do you push?
Y'all send them to me. They should be public.
What do you push to add a modifier to your roll? It's
You hold down Shift, and I roll from my character sheet.
Oh.
So I don't know if the HUD is any different.
all right. Let me see if I could do that then. Well, I guess I could manually put my modifier in there, right?
Yep.
Add modifier. Let's see if that works. Type is required. Type. I assume it's a circumstance. I'll put circumstance.
Circumstance.
Question for you guys. If Kravius was using shield as his continuous spell, would he be able to use his arcana for initiative?
No, because shield is just that. It's shield.
Gotcha.
Oh. Did I roll a 1? Ouch.
You did, on that one.
Wow. So much for stealth and a +1.
You're holding back. That's all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was,
You're letting us get up there.
was climbing a tree.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hera, you're up first. You see what looks to be 2 goblins on each side of the road. They appear to be preparing to weave some sort of magics. And then you see this automated goblin in front of you. The town is on fire. People are screaming and dying. What do you do?
Is the one on my northwest side, is that the one that's got the automated
Correct.
pieces?
Correct.
Alright, and the other 2 just kind of look like normal goblins, but spellcasters?
Correct.
Alright, so with my glaive, I will...
And you have seen Braun wade in, screaming something about goblins.
I guess I'll do a power attack.
On
Okay.
which one?
The spellcaster.
Okay.
I got a 26 in total.
Hit. Critical.
Nice.
Your first critical.
Yes, I think my glaive has a deadly D8 as well.
It does.
I don't think
Alright, if
that's. I don't think that's doubled. It's added to the doubling effect.
Oh yeah, I do know that's added after. So
It's
if I
just
just
added on
click
top.
critical, I have power attack selected. Will it automatically add the die?
It should.
Yes.
All right, click.
Let's see. Yep.
Wow.
42.
2 points of damage.
Wow.
Oh my.
You,
my.
you found your ideal class, Rachel. That's
All right,
awesome.
no denying that one. That's a kill. Describe how you eviscerate this thing.
She's been carrying this glaive, twisting the staff in her hand. She's just kind of getting ready. So she's got this firm grip by the time they've seen these goblins. And just like a small smile kind of forms on her mouth, just a little bit. And she acts quickly and just lays it on him, and just almost as if it was a hammer instead of a poker. And she just slices downwards with it with the blade.
You have 2 actions left.
I have 1 action because that was a power attack.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
Braun peeks over. Amateur, put more swing into it.
so now she's going to attack this guy because her glaive has reach.
Reach.
You
Go
know
ahead
what?
and give it a
Actually,
go.
she's going to instead. Is it carrying any weapons or just has its hands?
Just
Like
has
as
its hands.
All right, then she's going to trip it.
Okay. Roll me in athletics.
I believe it's going to be athletics minus. Is it 4? No, is it 5? Or is it 10? Because I'm using my weapon to trip.
Then yes.
And
It would be
trip
the
is an
multiple
attack, and it's a multiple attack penalty, but I used power attack, and that says it counts as your.
Your next attack will be -5 because it's your second attack.
Oh, is that how power attack works? Because
Yep.
it says it counts as 2 attacks when calculating your multiple attack penalty.
Yeah,
It's
and that,
-10, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And your last
okay.
attack's
Yeah.
a -10.
Yeah, it's -10.
Jesse, is it always -10? It seems like it's always a -10 on that next following attack.
It is.
Because
Yeah, it'd be a
minus
-8 if you're using an agile weapon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So go ahead and give it a go.
All right, she's gonna try. It's basically a flat 20.
It goes next, so we'll see.
Ugh.
It's just a 13. You know, I'm gonna hero point that. It's gonna be a 1 this
I
time.
gave you 2 for a reason. Come on, girl.
All right, reroll using a hero point.
Ooh.
15
this time. A little bit better.
Gently taps Rachel on the shoulder. Not good enough.
All right, and that's the end of my turn.
And it's its turn now. I don't know why the hell it put everybody on turn order. Ugh.
Isn't it me next? After Hera?
I know what it did. It put his in private. Okay, well, let's roll with that then. Yes, it is your turn, Fritz.
Didn't you roll a 1?
Yeah. I got a 12 total.
Okay.
I did something funky on me with initiative for these guys, so we'll roll with it. Go ahead, Fritz.
Okay. Now, I'll assume they can't see me. It's based on my original stealth roll. If it beats their perception
It
DC.
cannot.
So, well, I wouldn't know. I just assume they can't. Now, that means I have surprise attack. All right, my first attack is to come out of the shadows and whip one of those daggers. Using quick draw, I pull it quickly from my waist and I throw another dagger at this one that's only 10 feet away from me. He's probably got cover, but I'm still going to do it. So my first action is throw my dagger.
Okay.
And he will be, if he
Flat-footed to you.
can't see me, if he doesn't know I'm there. And that was a blind roll. I don't know what it is.
That is a hit. You may go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Normal.
And it's blind again. Sorry, Kyle.
Blind. 6 points of piercing damage. Not bad.
Do I get an extra D6 surprise on that?
Yes. Go ahead and roll me an extra d6 because it did not include it in the roll.
Yeah. I have to toggle that, I believe.
Yeah, you have to
I
toggle
think
the
so.
sneak attack.
All right, here's the extra
Mhm.
D6.
Oh, not bad.
6. Second action, I'm going to... He didn't act yet, right?
No.
I'll move out of the brush, get away from the cover. Is that decent right there? Can I avoid him having cover if I move there?
Yes.
Okay. I use
You
quick.
just basically stepped out the bush.
I'm going to use quick draw again for my rapier, and I'm going to attack him. That'll be my last action. That'll be my second attack. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but
That'll hit. Ooh.
13 piercing.
How you eviscerate this little feller.
Oh, he didn't see me. I come right up behind him, stealthily. I slip out of the darkness and the cover of the tree line, and I whip a dagger right at between his back. He turns about, just in time to be run through by my rapier that just pierces his chest, and then I pull it back and kick him to the ground.
Very good. You got one action left.
Well, that would be my 3. That 5-foot step would be another
Yeah,
third
that
action.
5-foot step. I forgot.
So yeah, I'm done. Okay.
Cravius. Krabby
All right.
Patty is up and ready.
All right, he has a halberd, which has reach. So I'm going to spell attack. No, wait a minute. First, I'm going to cast True Strike. And that gives me 2 dice when I roll to attack. And I will use that with a spell strike. And the spell I'll use with it. Let's give it a shocking grasp. So if my attack hits, it will also hit with a shocking grasp for damage. So go ahead and roll 2 attack dice. And we'll see if we hit him.
Is he within range of you?
I have a halberd.
Yeah, but that's
That's still 15 feet. You'd have to make a
Is
move.
it? All right. Scratch that.
just move so you can move like 10 feet
Well,
to
I
your
can't-
left.
All right. Scratch the True Strike. Give me that slot back. And what I'll do is I'll move. And I'll move up and spell strike him.
You want to be here? Just so
Back one,
directly south. Back one? Oh, yeah, you have reach.
right there. That'll do. All right. Just roll an attack.
Magic crackles the air.
So just strike with your halberd?
Yep.
Yep.
Twice? Or once? Oh, you didn't
Once.
do true strike.
You got it.
Hit.
22. Okay, so roll the damage for the halberd.
So you did do true strike.
I didn't. I couldn't do it because I had to move.
All right,
All right, so the halberd does 13, and then roll damage for the
Shocking grasp.
shocking grasp.
Alright, so you do cast Shocking Grasp.
Yeah.
Right.
On the weapon.
Alright, so then I attack with the grasp?
No, you just
or
roll
just do
damage.
the damage?
Just the damage.
It's all based on the
Never
halberd
touched
attack.
this class before, but alright, I'm just doing what you're telling me to, so you told me to hit damage.
Right.
21,
So
not bad.
21.
And are you aiming anywhere in particular?
Oh yeah, his right arm.
Like the mechanical bits?
Oh yeah, that's right. He is metal, isn't he?
Yeah. Well,
It does extra damage.
as you slam your halberd down, you do hear it sort of yelp a little bit as the energy crackles. That doesn't do as much as you thought it would. Anything else you want to do, Krabbies?
He's done.
Now, it's the big boy's turn. As he's been smacked by Hera, he's been smacked by Braun, he's now been smacked by Krabbis. You see the plates on his arms begin to sort of pop out and extend, and then shoot back up. As he slams the ground, I need everyone but Scalanas to make me a reflex save.
Private or blind or public?
You can make these blind, please. That's bad.
If I failed, I'd like to use my hero point.
It's too late for that.
Okay.
No, you're good, Richard. You're good. You didn't fail that badly. Right. For combat purposes, Barillo's out of this. Put him there. Alright, Krabius, my brother. You are going to take as a rock. As this thing slams down into the ground, it creates a shockwave, and all of a sudden a pillar of earth comes up and smacks you right in your chin, right up underneath your chin, in a vicious uppercut. You're going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ugh.
Yowza. How'd the rest of us do?
Hera, for your valiant effort and utterly pissing it off, you are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. You see it reel back its arm, and it shoots its arm forward as its metal fist sort of detaches, and a chain, you can see a chain extending as the fist, this hunk of metal sails toward Krabius for its last action.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
It's basically detaching its fist, and it's hooked to a chain, and it's using a ranged attack at Krabius.
Okay. So just a question, I'm sure it's just descriptive flair. But all of these like changes in like the way his body's built, like using a range for using a spell. None of that's like a manipulate action, right? Because I just want to know within my attack of
That actually
opportunity.
would be a manipulate. Actually, yes, it would.
Okay, because this
You can go ahead and have an
automated
attack of
stuff is new
opportunity.
to me too. All right, let's try that.
As it is sort of unclicking its fist to sail it at Krabius.
Alright, so I just do a normal strike for attack of
Yes,
opportunity?
just
Okay.
a normal basic glaive attack.
Oh, that was blind. I forgot to change it. That's right.
Hit. Roll normal damage. Barely hit on that one. Barely. Oh, 11 points. And where are you targeting?
Oh, I'm targeting that metal bit that he's trying to manipulate. Like, what are you doing?
Okay. That strike goes through as intended. However, the strike on Cravius still goes through. Oh, I hate to do it to you, my brother. I really do. 22 to hit.
You're kidding. That's exactly how many hit points you had left.
No, wait a minute. 22 points of damage or
No, to
22
hit.
to hit?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My brain. It's late. All right. Well, that does hit because with his shield, his AC is 21.
You are going to take 10 points of piercing damage as this fist slams into your jaw from 10 feet away. It then retracts and rejoins the hand. You see it almost kind of wave at you as it articulates its fingers back.
Dirty goblin.
Filthy goblin! Next, we got Braun, who's thrown into the mix. Braun is cussing and screaming, "Goblin! Filthy damn goblin!" And he's attacking. Oh god, that's terrible. That is absolutely dog crap. For attack rolls. Nah, A 10, a 7, and a 12. That ain't gonna get it done. Hera, what you got for me?
Show him how it's done.
There's so much positivity and
Braun's just shouting, "You filthy goblin!"
yeah, let's do another power attack. Oof.
Miss. You missed to the point that you almost hit Braun.
Here we go.
She doesn't say anything about it, just kind of tries to regain her balance.
He bats the glaive away at the last minute. Really? And that's all he says. Got 2 actions left.
I'll try to intimidate it.
1 action, actually.
Yeah, it's just 1 action.
Okay.
Yeah, I speak
roll an
goblin.
intimidation. Okay.
Public or
Private.
blind?
I know, like it. Well, yeah, it can be private. Are you trying to intimidate the bush behind it? Because that would make more sense. I mean,
No, she's speaking in goblin. What have you done? We're gonna kill you just like we killed your friends.
whatever you said to him seems to have worked. He is frightened 1.
Does anybody else here speak goblin?
I speak up.
All right. Well, then he heard exactly that. Like we killed. We're gonna kill you just like we killed your friends. And she also says, what have you done? But that's more of just like a threatening tone than an actual question.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Skalanis, what you got for me?
All right. I don't like the idea of getting close to him. So, I'm going to use a move action, stride. Assuming I can move through these trees.
Of which you can.
20 feet. And yeah, I'll go the full 25 feet. 25 feet. Quick draw. Dagger. So my second action would be to attack. I think it's 15 feet. I'm going to throw a dagger.
Okay.
The goblin. Hitting him in the shoulder.
Hit. Not a crit.
Okay. Nine points. That's adding +6 for sneak attack, which, if he's lower level than me, will apply.
He is not.
So, minus whatever I rolled there. I don't know what it is. 4. Or, yeah. So subtract 4 from that. So 5. 5 points of damage. And
Okay.
I'll take the hide action. So I'll roll stealth. I'm going to hide behind some trees that are close by after lobbing that.
Okay, so you're going to chuck a dagger and then...
I moved. Quick draw, attacked. And now I'm going to hide
Okay.
behind some trees. Dive for cover, I think it's called. So this will be my stealth. If it doesn't beat his perception DC, he sees me. But I don't know that. So let me make this blind.
Ready?
And you just jot this down so you don't forget. So hopefully you didn't see me. Okay. Done.
Right, Kravius, what are you going to do? It's just punched you in the face.
All right. He has the Thunderous Strike, which is like his focus spell. It's up top there.
Okay.
Want to cast it or you want to read
Yeah.
it?
Cast it. So you have to make a DC 18 basic fortitude save. He lets out a bolt of energy, which shoots out in a wave from his halberd.
DC 18. Not good enough. Survives the save, but I believe on a basic you take half damage, so go ahead and roll damage. Okay, I take 1.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm getting a call.
What else would you like to have Jesse do?
Oh boy, I don't know how to play this character. Oh. He's got some cantrips prepared. When he casts a spell, does it have to be cast through his weapon? Or can it just be cast normally like a spellcaster does with their hands?
Okay. What it does is it recharges my spell strike. So I can use spell strike against him. This time I'll use it with produce flame.
Oh.
and that will be all my actions once this is done.
Okay.
You want to roll an attack roll, not the spell roll.
Correct. You got
Would you like to
13.
hero point that?
I
You
will.
still have, yeah, you still have 2. All right,
Yep.
reroll using a hero point.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
That ain't getting
Well,
it done.
And that
wow.
is my turn.
That ain't jiving, sonny boy.
Nope.
Now the creature's turn.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, getting there.
Yeah, that is cool. I could see myself getting into this kind of build.
Right? I mean, it's a good little build for what it does. Alright, I'm gonna send out the old fist once again. Toward Kravius.
This guy don't like me.
Alright, you can use your attack of opportunity if you so wish.
Yes, I was just about to say that. I'm like, wait, the fist thing?
If you crit, you mess up his spell.
It's not a spell.
Uh-huh. It's worth a shot.
Oh,
No.
18.
Not good enough. That's exactly what I rolled against you, Kravius. 18 to hit.
That does not hit. Not good enough.
Oh, I see how it is. You have seemed
not-
to have angered it more than the rest. It's going to leap at you and attempt to grapple you.
Oh, no.
I wasn't taunting you, I swear.
Going to attempt to grapple. What's your athletics DC?
18.
26. You are grappled. As these mechanical arms wrap around you and begin to pull you in for the death blow. You are grappled with no damage yet.
Get this filthy goblin off me.
Just
You see
imagining
Braun just hacking away. Filthy gob! Gob! A piece of me, little gob!
Well, I could choose a heal.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Harold, what you got
Conditions.
for me?
Are we already back at the top of the round?
Yes.
Huh. Well.
Braun keeps missing like a noob.
I don't want to attack through, this gentleman here. So flank. I move to the opposite side, and I will power attack.
Foolish orc, you're in the way.
25.
Hit,
Nice.
not crit.
Nice.
7
Got it.
damage. And of course, aiming
Abysmal.
towards the mechanical bits.
Abysmal.
Yeah. Especially, trying to avoid whatever, flesh Kravius, is grappled with. So I guess I'd be aiming towards his back.
Abysmal. What are you doing now?
Ah, no, that's the end of my turn.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you moved. Alright, Scalatus, what you doing?
All right, the orc is in the way now. Fool. Now I can't strike. I'll have to move.
And it does know that you're there. By the way.
Its eyes have contacted me, huh?
It seen you.
We made eye contact, I know.
You rolled a 12 on that stealth, Fritz.
Okay. I'm gonna, regardless, I made eye contact with him and I decided, well, it's time to bring out the rapier. I'm going to move. Let's say I have 35. I don't know if he has attack of opportunity. But there's 15 to there. Then I'm gonna come in here. Right in there. Quick draw the rapier, and I'm going to slice deep into him with a series of nasty blows, left and right
You
and
get
overhead.
sneak attack because you're flanking. Just so you know.
Yeah, I see
Right.
that. Let's do that. We're going to use the rapier first attack. So he has a -2 to his armor class. So that was...
Hit.
Let me go to public roll here. Hit. Okay, damage. Ugh. 7 points, and I'll take my second attack with my magical rapier. I'll repeat the sequence of slashes and hacks. Yeah.
Hero point?
Nah, Fritz. Nah.
No, I'm not going to use it on this. And yeah, that's it. There's my 2 attacks. My move finished. Damn you, goblin.
Kravis, it has you in a bear hug. It's about to squeeze the living life out of you.
All right, so I can still attack, right?
Yes.
All right. So at this point, I'm going to use a feat called Magus Analysis.
Okay.
It's basically a recall knowledge with a... I didn't hit it, I don't believe, so... But this will recharge my spell strike if I succeed.
I don't think you can cast spells while you're grappled, my brother.
If it's just verbal, and
Yeah,
I think
it has to be
grapple,
verbal.
and I think grapple just impedes movement. But that is a good question. Where am I clicking? I'm trying to find your spell list. Your feats.
Well, basically what it is, it's a recall knowledge check is what it is.
Yeah, that's just a skill check.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead and roll me nature or occultism.
I think your
Cultism is better, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's with a +1.
Yes. Make it prep. It's a goblin that's been animated.
So in other words, it didn't work.
No, did not work. Bombed it.
Okay. I will just regular attack him.
Hit.
24.
Nice.
Jeez, that dice went all sorts of.
Sure did.
And it's max too. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right, from my last action, I will try to get out of its grasp.
Ready? That's an athletics. You are restrained, my brother.
Okie dokie, I am done.
You know whose turn it is.
Yep.
Krabius, make me a reflex save as these mechanical arms begin to crush the life out of you. Make it private. Oh, do you want to use a hero point on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I guess I'll just manually use the hero point and roll again.
Better. This was your first result. Yeah, I would have hero point that one too. As it stands right now, you are going to take only a measly 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
I squirmed out of his grasp a little bit.
Oh, thanks.
As the arms continue to tighten, he's going to do it again. Go ahead and make me another reflex, Mr. Cravius, the Krusty Krab here. Okay. Well, that's a critical failure.
Well, I'm fresh out of hero points.
You are going to take 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
So that's more than his max hit points.
Is it more than his max doubled?
No, but still, damn.
He's
It's
fine.
way more than his current. Alright. He is down.
All right.
Avenge me! Ugh.
He squeezed it
And
to
then it's
death.
going. Yep, literally. As his limp body drops to the floor, you hear a very sickening crack of the ribs as they break. As he turns and looks to you, Scalanos, and backhands you viciously.
I'm out of here. I can't do this.
19 to hit.
That's just enough.
No, you're 20. Are you? Or no, never mind.
No, I'm 19.
Yeah, you're right.
You are going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
As all of a sudden this just mechanical hand just backhands you. Almost kind of takes your breath away for a minute by how hard it hit you. Hera, what you got for me?
Another power attack!
Nope, can't use
Actually,
it.
maybe I'll create a diversion. I do speak Goblin.
Okay.
But maybe in another round, we'll see. There's a fallen hero here. All right, so let's get this going. Oh, it's blind. Sorry.
You have any hero points left?
I do. Yeah. I'll re-roll that.
That is a natural 1.
Let's re-roll using a hero point. There you go. My last hero point, and it re-rolled as blind.
Wow.
Not good enough.
Better than a critical failure, I suppose. Alright, I still have one action left.
Well, yeah, because Galanos was about to get that halberd if that was a crit fail.
Wow. The
I
dice.
guess I'll just make a regular attack and hope for the best. Nah.
As you turn to move, it sails its hand out toward you to smack you in the face.
Alrighty.
Armor class 28.
Nope. I've just got a 20.
We're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. As this fist just slaps you right in the face. And you've left the rogue alone to contend with this creature.
Not the only one alone. Like,
That guy isn't
those
doing
are.
anything.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
it's-
fighter ran before the rogue did. That's my point. The fighter has left the building.
Yeah, after getting in the way. See ya.
The fighter has plans, okay?
Excuses,
This is a
excuses. You gotta
tactical
be in it to
retreat.
win it. What else would you like?
That's the end of my turn, but should I stay and get my butt whooped? No, I've got range. I'm gonna back off. But yeah, that is the end of my turn.
I'm teasing with you, Rachel. Scalatus, you've just seen the fighter book it. She's hauling the mail away from the enemy.
He's got attack of opportunity. I don't want to get meta or anything, but I think I would
Yeah,
remember
but he's
this.
already used it.
Yeah. All right, Scalanis is right. Cravius is right next to me. I could take an action to retrieve the potion that I have. Another action to get it out and put it to Cravius, and another action to... Yeah, that's going to take up my whole turn. I don't want that. So I think I'm going to abandon my fellow here. Sorry, Cravius. I'm going to run away. I am going to... stab at this creature with my rapier one more time. He should be flanked. -2 to his armor class. I got a 25.
That is a hit.
Nice.
I got you, you fiend. And...
Looks at you and Goblin and mutters something. You can't understand it.
damn it.
What did he say? Because I can understand Goblin.
You will serve, or you will die.
Ah, not this gibberish again.
12 piercing.
Harris heard these words before.
That included a sneak attack again. Oh, it's... yeah, it's flanked. That counts.
Yeah.
All right, so 12 points. That's my first action. Second action... Jeez, maybe I'll attack again. Because he's going to grab me. I'll give him another shot.
Trip him.
Huh?
I said trip him.
Oh, yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?
This way he'll have to waste an action to get up. That's what I was trying to do. And he's frightened as well. I don't know if he's still frightened, but
Ah, no, I forgot to remove that.
yeah.
My bad.
Let's see what my athletics is.
Are you trying to do trip?
Yeah, I get a +7 on it. So I just make an athletics check, right? I'll try and trip him. It's be my second action.
It will have the multi-attack penalty on it.
That's right.
Because trip is considered an attack.
Excuse me. All right, I'll just use my rapier. +5. It's a trip attack though. Same modifier. Or is it? No, it'll be a -1. Am I trip attacking with my rapier? Now I'm confused.
If your
I'm thinking with
rapier
your
has
It
trip,
has to be with your unarmed attack bonus.
if
Alright.
your weapon has the trait, you can trip with it.
I don't know if I do or not, but I'm going to use my unarmed. It's a 15. -2 to his armor class. Or no, his reflex. Forget I said that. It's his reflex DC.
It falls to the ground.
Ah. Gonna roll a dice to see what Scalanis does. Yep. So his final action is to run.
Guys, I have to run. I'll be on in a little bit.
Okay, Jesse.
All right, Bubby. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good night,
I'll see.
Jesse. I'll probably be off by the time you get home.
All right. I'll see you, Rachel.
See ya.
All right. See you.
Okay, so I tripped him, attacked, moved. I'm in the trees now again. All right, I'm done.
Yep. Kravius, go ahead and make me a recovery check. Before I get technical here. Fail. Rolled a 2. That's a fail.
Eesh. Failure, they increase dying condition, right?
Correct. Now it's the creature's turn. It spends an action to get up, thus triggering an attack of opportunity from Bronze. Scores a critical hit
I should have stayed 5 feet closer. Darn.
and severs the left arm of this creature in half.
Good.
You see its legs are just as automated as its arms. This one's a bit different from the ones you've encountered before, Scalanis. This one has automated legs. And you see its legs begin to sort of twist and compact before it springs up. Let's see here, what we got? Now I'm going to leap and come crashing down on the fighter.
Then I get an attack of opportunity as a leap.
Only when it leaves your
Oh, yeah, that's
attack
right.
zone, not when it enters.
Correct. Alright.
Oh, I don't think you want me to tell you this one.
Well, my AC is a 20, so just tell me how much damage to take.
29 on the
Oh.
armor class.
Thank God, not a critical.
You are going to take. That's abysmal. 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah, the gods
That's
are with us.
tolerable.
As it does so, please make me a reflex save. Yeah, you avoid this goblin just coming crashing into you and knocking you down. You're good.
Yeah.
Ron's gonna move back up to here and keep that flank going. We'll move on to Hera. Hera, what are you doing? You've seen this thing literally just leap at you.
Oh,
Some
she's
sort of
going
cat
to...
on a spring.
She's gonna try to take it down. She's aiming for those legs.
Okay.
And this is with a power attack.
Not good enough.
Alright, then she'll attack normally with the -10.
Definitely not good enough.
Alright, that is it.
That was your last attack roll.
Oh.
And the fighter swings and a miss. Scalanis, what are you going to do about it?
It's badly injured. You got him marked as prone too, I think. Take that off. I'm gonna quick draw another. No, I'm gonna move out. Quick draw. Well, my blade's already drawn. He is
Flat-footed.
Is he considered flat-footed to me?
Yes, because he's flat-footed to all three of you.
Gotcha.
Yes, he is flying.
All right. Yeah. All right. Attack with the rapier. My second action.
Hit, not critical.
Damage. Piercing.
To what body part?
Arm. Always the arm. It's pretty obvious. That's what I want to
Well, about that, as you pierce the arm, you hear it, well, you see it fizzle and crackle. It fizzles out. Your arm goes limp. It doesn't seem like it can move it. It tries, but it doesn't seem like it can move.
And did the other one fall off?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, does it have no more arms now?
Yes.
Oh.
Ron cut the other arm off, and Fritz has disabled the other one.
He's at our mercy. I'm going to spend my final action attacking again then. Ah, 20.
That is a critical
Oh,
hit.
nice.
And 13. Is that doubled? I don't think they doubled that.
Did not.
So 26.
Describe how you eviscerate this little thing.
With my rapier. After pulling away and getting into the brush near the trees, I look back and I see him, and I see the battle getting closer and closer to me. I lunge out with my rapier this time, desperately, and I pierce at him. I slash at him. Near the arm, of course, and I manage to get it dangling so it's almost off. A few more blows for sure. More hacking and slashing and piercing directly down near the arm and into its chest as well. The arm falls. It is now armless. It turns briefly towards me. Its eyes begin to flash. And as it does so, I take my dagger that's in the other hand, and like lightning, I pierce its neck. And then with the saber, I come up behind the blade of the dagger, and I slash towards me, severing its head so that it topples off onto the ground. And then I kick it over at the feet of Hera.
As he does so, I need you three to make me reflex saves.
Oh no, it's gonna explode.
As a orb of what looks like fire erupts from its chest. I need reflex saves from all three of you.
We all die. Run! I was showing off to the orc. That didn't work too well. 27, Kyle.
Skalanis is safe. Hera is safe. Braun is safe. Everybody is safe. As this fiery inferno just seems to wash over you and does nothing. You are safe.
Huzzah! Nice. Nice. Its power
A little
must...
time to mourn, though. You have a friend down in a city dying.
I'll rush over and spend the last healing potion.
I'll pick up the remains of the goblin's head. And I toss it right across from me. And I go, here's your goblins.
Braun will punt it back to you. It's a filthy goblin. I don't want that.
She lets it fall to the ground and dodges it.
Tend to your friend. We should carry on to the city.
Cravius will get 10 hit points from the lesser healing potion. The cinnamon-flavored juice nectar of the gods. Drink, my friend. Drink. Come back to us.
And he pops up like a pimple on prom night.
He does.
There's little time to rest. You hear screams coming from the city gate.
He was dying too, so he becomes wounded
too.
too? Okay, just double checking.
Don't worry. As a fighter, you'll get used to being in the wounded and dying position. You live there all the time. Like, your HP range is, like 50 to dying 3. That's your average HP range. Just cooling you in there.
We'll,
Yes.
we'll gather ourselves up and make haste to the town, I guess, right? You with me?
Braun is already heading that way.
Yeah.
Come on, Elf. Let's go. I might need your daggers here. Barillo's in
Alright.
hot pursuit.
Damn it, I left my daggers.
We can say that you can grab them before you come up.
2 of them. Yeah, if you want to. Do I get them all or none? Or 1? It's up to you.
You get them all back.
All right. Thanks, Kyle.
As you reach the city gate, the wooden buildings inside are aflame. It's utter chaos. You see dead piling everywhere. The fallen litter the streets. Men, women, boys, girls, children, adults, the elderly, the sick, the frail, the innocent. Blood is running thicker than wine in this city. Not much of it remains. Townsfolk crying frantically, trying to put out the fires as some are still being attacked. As you round the corner to enter the city, thick billets of black smoke cause the area around the city to become shady, almost dark again. As you round the corner, you see a figure standing across from you, clad in leather armor, hood raised, cloak, pair of long swords at its side, and a very weird sigil on its chest, along the breastplate of the leather armor. A sigil of 2 great axes with the tree in the background. Braun stops immediately, raises his shield and sword back up. What are the rest of you doing?
I have to actually go for the night.
Okay, Rich. It was good playing with you. I hope you had fun.
I did. Good job this time.
Yep.
Had a good time.
That was good. How far?
We'll stop it there then, because I don't want to drop this other particular bombshell without everybody here.
All right.
Yeah.
Give it a.
I think
give
stopping
it a,
at the town's good.
Give it a final once over, Kyle, and then we'll do our outros.
And that is where we're going to conclude tonight's episode, my friends. I hope you all had fun and enjoyed as much as I did. There was a lot of maiming and spamming and a whole lot of goblins on this one.
Crazy.
A lot of information, a lot of story, a lot of tidbits. You got to introduce yourselves to a few of my factions. And yeah, everybody go ahead and give your outros and we'll call her a night.
Go ahead, Rachel.
All right. Well, thanks for a great session, Kyle. Yeah, we did learn quite a bit. It was nice to meet some characters. Especially, last session we weren't sure who or what this things, what was happening, and come to find out that the bears, they're not just talking bears, but like they're druids, and getting to know some of the different factions is pretty cool because I know you were talking about it a lot before the campaign started. I'm excited to see what next session's going to be like, and it was fun to get some action in and you know throw my glaive around.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Yeah, thanks again. Have a good night.
Take care, Rachel.
Good night. Bye.
And as far as me, that was good stuff. I enjoyed it once again. It's takes me a little bit because I haven't really played as a player, but yeah, I'm getting the flow of it. I'm getting the hang of it. Trying to play this elven rogue, bouncing around these ideas in my head, but it's good fun. I enjoy it. And perspective from this side of the screen. It's very enlightening. But Kyle, you did a fantastic job. I know it's your first go at being a GM, and I appreciate that effort. I am enjoying it a lot. And I'm looking forward to what happens here next. And one more time before we end the stream, describe to me as we approach these walls and the people are coming out and the screams and the fire and the smoke in the background. This individual you described in leather armor who came out towards us, I kind of lost the scene. I got distracted, but could you describe that again?
Yeah. As you around the corner, Braun immediately stops, shield and sword raised again. A figure, cloaked in black leather armor, stands before you. Cloak up, hood up. A sigil of a pair of axes with an oak tree on a green field lies on its breastplate. The breastplate of this boiled leather armor, as it appears to be coming out to greet you with lethal intent.
Ah. So this guy's getting aggressive with us.
Yes.
Wow.
You have met one of the Order of the Conqueror Druids.
Ah, that's what I thought. Okay. And that's where we're going to leave it. Well, that's a good point, good part to leave it at, actually. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Any more words to say, Kyle, before I take us out?
Murder and mayhem have flowed here like wine and water. A lot of good stuff here. And we'll see what happens the next time that they get to lace up their boots. See what kind of interesting stuff lies in this city, perhaps. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Yep, you got that right. All right, folks, we're going to call it there. Episode 3 is going to be next, coming in a couple weeks, 2 weeks or so, every other week. But stay tuned for that. I'll get this all set up so people can watch it publicly. It was good fun. Great time. Episode 3 is next. Next week, we're going to have, well, I don't know the actual timing when I release these publicly, but the next session is going to actually be Little Trouble in Big Absalom, and Jesse's going to try his hand at running a game for us, and that's going to be, you guys are going to be able to see that, so that'll be fun. A little lighthearted action where we take on the roles of kobolds. It's going to be good fun. So folks, you guys stay tuned. Everybody that was in the chat, thanks for watching, hanging in there, and posting little comments. I did read them. Folks, you guys hang in there. We're going to be back next time having a good time. And remember, it's only going to get better. We'll see you, folks. Toodaloos!